Corey Swergos here for Slap News Future Watch, where we're interviewing Andrew Fields, an up-and-coming power slapper in the game. We're going to get into the interview with him. If you like the content that you see, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button. You know, we want to be able to get more and more information out there to more and more slap fans. And by subscribing and hitting the like button from this video, it allows us to do so. Andrew, how you doing, my man?
Good. How you doing, boss?
I'm doing really good, thank you. Nobody calls me boss. I think you're the first.
That's just I call everybody boss, man.
Oh, good, man. I appreciate you. How did you get involved in Power Slap in the first place?
So I've been a fan of the UFC for a really long time, so I keep a close watch on anything Dana does, anything that's going on combat sports wise, like BKFC, the new card jutsu thing. I know that's been going wild on the internet here recently, like anything. So I seen my boy Paul come on there one day. I was like, no way. I was like, where do I sign up? Looked into it on the website, signed up, and then they called me and told me to come out to Vegas.
Nice. Was that Paul Teague?
Do I know?
Was that Paul Teague?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. Do you guys live close to each other?
He actually lives about an hour and a half away from me, but I used to train a little bit of MMA when I was younger, and he lived a lot closer then. But once he moved, we kind of fell out of touch. But I seen him on there. I've been watching him like on BKFC and watching everything he does. So
very cool. So you have a bit of a mixed martial arts background?
I mean, I wouldn't say much. Just kind of trained here and there when I was younger, and then as I got older, work and stuff became more like predominantly like, I don't know, just main focus was work and money at one point after a while.
I hear you, man. I mean, it happens for the best of us for sure.
Yep.
But like, what excites you about Power Slap, man, and having the opportunity to go out to Vegas?
It's something new. It's something people have never heard of. So interest is building really quickly. And I mean, it was just an opportunity to show that I have a chin and I know that I can take a hit and I can deliver one right back. So I figured, why not throw my hat in the ring and see where we can go with it.
Yeah, awesome, man. So I'm sure you flew in the Sunday or the Monday before Power Slap 1. What was going through your mind as that plane was landing in Vegas?
It was kind of surreal. Before that, I'd never even been on a plane before. I hate to sound like small town Southern, but like I'm from a small town in South Carolina where we don't really go many places. And if we do, we drive there. And that's about how far away it is.
Cool. That's awesome. So like, did you kind of have that I've made it moment as you were going there? Like, were you happy and proud that you were able to do things that not a lot of people get to do from your hometown?
Oh yeah, of course. Like when I put in my application on the website, I was like, oh, there's no way they'll ever choose me, but why not put in an application? And then a couple weeks later, I was getting blood tests and all that stuff done.
Crazy. Yeah, very, very crazy. So, you get to Vegas. What's the first thing that happens? You go, you check in, you get all your gear. They send you to medicals.
Well, the first night when I got in at like 7 there, which was like 12 my time now where I'm from. So after all the paperwork and everything, I just went up to the room and talked to my fiance and was like, this is crazy. It's only 7 something here. And I just went to sleep that night.
Gotcha. Did you think it was going to be as involved? Like, obviously you knew Dana White and the UFC was involved in it, but did you think as much preparation, planning, rules meetings, all that stuff, did you think there was that much behind it?
Not necessarily. Like whenever they told us we were allowed to go use the saunas at the PI Institute and everything, that was just like surreal, pulling up to the apex after watching UFC from a small kid growing all the way up to now. So it was just all really a surreal experience, and everyone was so like kind and nice. Even the guys you would expect to be kind of douchebags from the show, like they were all like willing to give tips and pointers and told everybody they hoped they had a great time, a good fight, and everything was really a fun time.
Yeah. So who did you think was the douchebag on the show that changed your mind after you met them in person?
I don't know. I just didn't expect KO Chris to be as nice as he was in person. But the show's the show, and then real life is real life. Like it just depends on the situation.
Totally, totally. Are you able to talk at all about your experience on the Thursday because you were part of the rehearsal show?
It was a great time. Me and my opponent, we both he's a cool guy. His name's Chris as well, but he's a cool guy. We had a lot of the same interests and everything, and we were both just
Hmm.
excited to get out there and do it. And afterwards, when we got back to the hotel, we chilled and we took some pictures together, and just was like, hell yeah, man, that was a great experience, good fight.
Yeah,
We
very
put
cool.
a
Who is your
couple
coach?
and just kept going.
Awesome, man. Who is your coach?
Ryan Phillips, best coach
Okay.
ever.
Ryan Phillips is a great guy. You know, a big supporter of Slap News. Me and him talk on a regular. You know, what did you learn from him? You know, that enabled you to be
Um,
confident going into your match.
just try to stay calm. It's just a hit. You know you can take
Hmm.
a hit. You just gotta kind of grin and bear it. Just prepare. Don't move your feet. That's the biggest thing. We worked a lot on
Hmm.
that and just followed through and locking the shoulder, everything up, so you don't hyperextend anything and hurt yourself.
Absolutely. You know, without giving away too much, but the first time you were hit, how did that feel?
It was a wake up call. It was because you can, even though you can take a hit, you're
Hmm.
still expecting a smack when it's called slap, but it's a whole different experience. Like it is not a slap by any means.
Hmm.
And
You
if you
know,
think you can take a slap, just imagine a smaller baseball bat, and that's pretty much what it feels like. And you just kind of gotta
yeah,
shake it off and keep going.
totally. You know, like the entire experience. You know, I know you guys had some walkout music. What did you walk out to?
I walked out to "Break Shit" by Josiah.
Okay.
It's kind of a hyper song. It's got a lot of like vulgar words in it, which I asked beforehand, but there still had to be some things bleeped out. So I mean,
Hmm.
it is what it is at this point. It was still a fun time to go out there and get hyped up.
Yeah. Very cool. Um, you know, going through the entire experience, are you signing back up again?
Oh yeah, for sure. If they want me to come back, I'll definitely come back, no matter who they put in front of me. Win or
Hmm.
lose, I'll be back.
Hmm. Do you think you made a positive impression on the brass at Power Slap?
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah.
I think I
Awesome.
did without giving too much away about any of the fight or anything. I think we definitely both did.
Very cool. So, like, are you doing anything now to train and prepare? So, if you get that call, you're ready to rock and roll.
This past week or so, we've had a lot of stuff over at work. I work like 11, 12-hour days, and then I
Hmm.
come home and I got a little girl. She's actually got a feeding tube
Okay.
and a few more health problems we're trying to figure out right now. So most of my time outside of work is occupied with taking care of her. But when I can, I'm still like trying to eat healthy and keep weight around where I want it to be so I don't have too much to drop next time
Hmm.
and all that good stuff.
Yeah. What weight do you hope to fight at?
Welter around 170.
Okay. Okay.
So if I can keep it around like 180 to 178, I know I can drop down to 170, no problem.
Okay. Gotcha, man. Very cool. Is it, you know, is there anyone helping you, supporting you that you want to shout out?
Um, my fiance, she's always like supporting me, even though she thinks it's dumb and she doesn't get it. She's like, if it's something you want to do and it makes you happy and it can help
Hmm.
support us, then who am I to tell you no?
Awesome.
And
Awesome. What about
yeah,
your
just
friend? What about your family? What do they think about this endeavor that you're going into?
everybody just really is like, well, you're dumber and you got more balls than I do, but good for you. And everyone's like, if you're having a
Yeah.
good time and you're getting to meet all these great people, then why not do it?
Hmm. One last question for you. When you met Dana White, what was that moment like?
Oh, it was awesome, man. I've watched that man on TV. I've seen all kind of interviews. So to see him in person and to talk to him and to get to take a picture with him, it was just an awesome moment.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you. Obviously, hopefully, this is the first of many. stay in touch. Slap News trying to be the authority in the slap fighting game. We're putting out, more original content than anybody else, bringing these exclusive interviews. So we really appreciate you, Andrew, for joining us.
Yes, sir. Slap News, the GOAT.